So this is the Raspberry Pi camera module which we are talking about, and we use this 5 megapixel Pi camera module with the help of Raspberry Pi to capture cameras and to capture the text or whatever we keep in front of it. And this is the strip which is used to connect the Raspberry Pi and this Pi camera module. And we have some restrictions while connecting this strip or this camera to the Raspberry Pi. So here we can see the Raspberry Pi, and we have two ports which are similar for this strip. We can get confused between these two ports, but we need to be more confident, and we need to be more conscious while connecting this strip to which port among these two. And this port which we are seeing above this SD card is a port for display output, and this is not for capturing the image, or this is not for capturing or input. So this is for display output. We can keep LCD or LED screen here so as to get the output from here. And this which we are seeing here between the micro HDMI slot as well as the USB slot, and this particular chip is used for connecting the Pi camera module. And there are the restrictions, as I said, we need to follow. We need to make sure that this clip is opened, and then this blue sticker should face the USB module. This blue sticker should always face the USB module, as the lines which we are seeing here are enabled only with the ports which we can see this side. So these lines should include or coincide with the ports which are present in the left side of this. So let's keep it like this. We need to be more careful while connecting it, and then just click on this and it will start there. And as you can see, we have connected the Pi camera module to the Raspberry Pi, and we need to make sure that this blue side is facing the USB, as well as the lines which we can see here for enablement are aligned with the ports which we can see here. So these ports should align with the lines we saw in the Pi camera module. If it is not in this way by default, then we can alter it in the here too. We can alter it here too, because we can see we have access to remove the strip from here, the camera itself, and also we have the access to remove it from the Pi. So we can alter according to the requirement, and we need to make sure that it includes with the, or it coincides with the ports. And now after connecting the Pi camera module, we need to power up the Raspberry Pi. Remember carefully, we need to power up the Raspberry Pi only after connecting the Pi camera module, and then we need to enable the Pi camera module in the software in the operating system. Let's see, go ahead and let's check it out. As I have mentioned earlier, we have two options to enable the camera, whether we can enable it through the terminal or we can enable it through the preferences. As we can see here, preferences, and from preferences we can go to Raspberry Pi configuration, and here in the Raspberry Pi configuration, through the interface, as we have interfaced the camera, we need to click on enable. We need to click on enable and then click on OK. And definitely the Raspberry Pi will demands for a reboot, and this reboot is very important. Even if we click the command through the terminal, or if we click the command through, or if we directly enable the camera, we need to reboot the Raspberry Pi for sure, and then yes, allow the Raspberry Pi to get rebooted. As we saw, we enabled the camera through preferences, and we have allowed the Raspberry Pi to get rebooted. And now I'm gonna show the coding part, I mean the terminal part to enable the camera. It's a simple code: sudo raspi -config. This is the command which we use to enable the camera through terminal, but as we have done it already with the help of preferences, we need not to implement this command right now. Now we need to implement the code for capturing the image through this Pi camera module. Through this Pi camera module, we need to click at code in the terminal to capture the image. Let's name it as a sample.jpg. As we are joining it, as we are saving it in a joint photographic group, we name it as a .jpg file, and then click on enter. It will take some time, and then captured the image. When we see the next line, it is sure that the image has been captured, and then click on ls to permanently save that image in the files. And then it has been saved, and it has been saved in the desktop, downloads, and pictures, and we can see it in the pictures. So while we can browse through the file explorer, in the file explorer we can see the sample.jpg image which we have captured right now. And that's the image which we have captured right now. As you can see, the phone is pointed towards the camera, and the camera has captured the phone, and this is the camera which we have used to capture using PyCamera module. Yes, this is the code required.